using a lottery, trying to tell people that if you have at least one shot, you can be entered into this lottery and you could win up to $1 million. That's what they're doing here. The last time that I checked, anytime there was something going on of epic proportions, you wouldn't need to convince anyone of anything.
Alright, now, mother of 5-month-old baby allegedly killed by boyfriend through man in jail. Trial set to begin for man accused of murdering UNM baseball player. Man who ran over killing girlfriend. Man who ran over killing girlfriend. Like, freaking, that's what I'm saying, is like that's the dreamers at work. And a man who ran over girlfriend, killing her, found guilty. How about that one? But this is what I want to take a look at.
Money, secrets, and sex abuse scandals. State officials cut all ties with the infamous financier and part-time New Mexican Jeffrey Epstein.
News 13 investigative reporter Gabrielle Burkhart looked into what could become of his New Mexico mansion, and what she uncovered is bizarre.
It is a remote property. It's very obvious that this was a cover-up.
For years, this place was shrouded in secrecy.
This is a lease that goes back decades.
What this has in common with the island is that this is a land island. It's an oasis in the desert. You can run away, but where are you gonna go? You know, like, you'll die. 50 plus miles probably to civilization. Desert, scary place.
Millionaire behind the sprawling Zorro Ranch south of Santa Fe is gone. Only Jeffrey Epstein and his accusers know the dark details of what went on here near Stanley, New Mexico. Records show Epstein and the Zorro Trust bought the ranch from the Gary King family, then built his 33,000 square foot mansion there in the 90s. And since 1993, the Epstein Trust had state lease agreements for grazing cattle on public lands near his mansion. And to your knowledge, what was that land being used for?
One can only speculate, and I have to tell you, Gabrielle, my staff, this has been a difficult topic for us to tackle. Thinking about what state land might have been used for has been difficult.
State Land Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richard took office in 2019. That year,
The Zorro Ranch and start the scene.
She canceled a decades-long lease agreement the state had with Epstein for nearly 1,300 acres of grazing land.
How many people have been trafficked through, like, that's what I'm saying is, from New Mexico to Colorado, like, there's the vast desert people. It's scary. I'm not even fucking kidding you.
We want to encourage a ranching family to use it. We want to encourage rec access to the area. We've even talked about some type of memorial site to just recognize what folks went through, what young girls and women went through in this area and on state land.
But as Garcia Richard explains, there's still a problem.
It's the inaccessible, landlocked state land.
This map shows the two properties in blue canceled in the lease agreements. Garcia Richard says this section is landlocked. The surrounding private property owner, she says, refuses to grant access.
My staff and I went out to do a field visit to access the exact acreage you were talking about, and were denied access by the private landowner.
Nearly 7,600 acres of private property surrounds the state's land.
That's a pretty big ranch.
We requested records in Santa Fe County to verify how much land the Epstein estate still owns.
And that's the damn thing. It's its own island. It's landlocked.
And what we uncovered is bizarre. A deed filed with Santa Fe County in October 2020, transferring the Zorro Ranch from Epstein's company Cypress Inc. to Love and Bliss, a nonprofit church, for $200. So,
Mormon? Is it a Mormon church? Is it a Mormon church? Because I'm pretty damn certain, from my experience, that they fucking traffic people.
Why would the Epstein estate sign over this land to a Florida church for just $200? We dug deeper to find out. The listed address for Love and Bliss Church is a small home in Reddington Beach, Florida. Founded in 2018, the Christian nonprofit's listed president is 22-year-old Alexander Lasinski. Florida records show he was arrested in 2017 for stalking and again in March for battery. The Love and Bliss deed, stamped with a notary and Epstein's signature, states the document was created in April of 2019.
My name is Gabrielle Burkhart. I'm a reporter in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
A Florida address for the attorney listed on the deed instead turns up as a realty office on Google.
How long have you guys had this phone number?
And this is why it's important to pay attention on local news, because this should make the headlines.
And the New York phone number on the deed sent us to a Jack DeWitt food broker office who says they've had the same number for 60 years.
Maybe more than a year.
Finally,
I have in front of me a warranty deed
we reached a representative from the Epstein estate.
that shows a portion of the Zorro Ranch in Stanley, New Mexico was deeded over from Cypress Inc. to a Love and Bliss Church based out of Florida.
It's the same people that filed a fraudulent warranty deed in Florida.
It turns out Love and Bliss filed a fake deed in Florida for Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, hindering the estate's push to sell the property. Court documents show a Florida judge found the deed there invalid and unenforceable.
Wow, it seems like freaking just talking about buying some time, right? Buying some fucking time.
Violation of the court's final judgment, a second fraudulent deed was filed under the name Hung Shung Lee. Love and Bliss was directed to cease and desist.
They don't have any claim on this property either.
Here's First Judicial District Attorney Mary Carmack Altwies.
There is absolutely recourse for filing a fraudulent deed.
She explains deeds are filed with the county clerk's office, but it's not the clerk's job to verify if the document is real.
That was really supposed to be the notary's job.
What would be the motivation of somebody filing a fraudulent deed?
They think that they can get in and maybe then start selling off pieces and portions of it and get away with it. And then it would just perpetuate the fraud because new innocent owners would come in, give these people money, and then be part of this scheme and not actually own that. So I think it's great that you caught it because hopefully you've stopped it in its tracks.
The Epstein.
And the thing is, that's a known tactic and whatnot, and that's the thing is they do it in other ways, prove that it works, and then freaking, tweak it and start selling lands, and it just creates legal walls. Well, it can't proceed with this being that there's legal action, taking place, or like that there's something in the courts, and so it just drags out. And through that, things deteriorate. There's more time for people to get in and out. There's a lot that can go on.
The estate says it's preparing the Zorro Ranch for sale. They'll take court action to clear the fake deed, and funds will go toward the victim compensation program.
And unfortunately, those cases were swept under the rug.
New Mexico Attorney General Hector Baldetta says Epstein was able to hide out here. Over the years, women came out accusing the New York-based investor of sexually abusing them at his New Mexico ranch. In 2008, Epstein pled guilty in Florida for soliciting a minor for prostitution, but he never faced charges in New Mexico.
Yeah, and it's like, why is he able to freaking, get away with that? But I can't get away with fucking a little bit of bag of dope.
Time I inherited the case, you're talking about generations of time had passed. And I think that was part of the illicit cover-up of a very powerful individual.
The convicted sex offender died in jail in 2019, awaiting trial
He didn't kill himself.
on sex trafficking charges. His death ruled a suicide. As for his New Mexico mansion and canceled state lease,
The feds are in the best position to seize those assets.
If New Mexico had proper access to this grazing land, what would you be able to do with it?
Ultimately, we would like to see the land returned to New Mexicans.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE investigates.
We tried contacting the Love and Bliss founder to get his side of the story. We were unable to reach him. The district attorney in Santa Fe says the Epstein estate could pursue criminal charges against Love and Bliss for that fake deed, since it appears fraud and forgery were involved.
Yeah, and it seems like freaking this young cat was a freaking scumbag, and he probably helped Epstein traffic some young girls, being that he was 22 himself. You see how this,
We know the 2020 election audit will continue later this month after it takes a pause next week.
It comes as Senate Republicans are calling the County Board of Supervisors into a special hearing next week to answer questions about the audit. Political editor Dennis Welch is live with the latest.
Yeah, and I just want to start by saying that auditors here are finishing up that count right now before that pause to allow those graduation ceremonies to take place here next week. Now, what that new lease will do, it will allow them to return here to Veterans Memorial Coliseum the following week and resume the counting. Ken Bennett expects to resume around May 24th, and they'll have this facility through the end of June. As for the county board and what they are going to do and whether or not they're going to appear before the Senate, we're still waiting to hear from them. And this all stems from last night when Senate President Karen Fann sent a letter to the board asking them to appear before a panel on Tuesday that will also include Senate liaison for the Senate, Ken Bennett. Now, in part, Fann and other Republicans want to ask the board about unverified claims regarding mishandled ballots and missing data files. And Fann once again declined our request for an interview, but Supervisor Steve Gallardo, the lone Democrat on the county board, made it very clear he does not trust the Senate in this situation.
This is a sham committee that goes along with the sham audit. This is about.
It sounds like a conspiracy theorist to me. It seems like a very big, this guy's conspiracy.
Continuing the big lie. This isn't a standing committee. We have lawful standing senators that have not been included. We have Democrats that have not been included. This isn't a bipartisan review of our election. This is a one-sided sham review.
One-sided sham review. It seems like you're freaking one nut shy of freaking one side.
Now, again, that was...
You're one-sided because you've got one nut. Your other ball hasn't fallen yet.
Former Senator and current Supervisor Steve Gallardo expressing, his mistrust of appearing before the committee. Now, the county board is in executive session this afternoon. We're expecting a decision shortly on that. Now, as for what is going to happen tomorrow, the auditors are going to be moving those ballots out of the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. They're going to move it across this parking lot behind me into the Wesley Bolin building. Now, we'd like to be able to show you that building, but unfortunately, there's still a carnival, as you can see, right behind me. Now, I did take a look at it. The facility is about 20,000 square feet. It's mostly made of metal.
It's peculiar because freaking carnies and freaking out in the desert, it just seems like very coincidental. Just very coincidental, that there's a clown, show happening behind this, and it's just virtue signaling, like that this is a circus. And the thing is, like people that are, up in arms about this, you don't have to like it, but you damn well should support it because, friggin', maybe if Hillary Clinton lost in 2016 the way that friggin' people cried about for 4 years, maybe if people did an audit, they might have been able to figure something out. But you know what? This shows the difference between the left and the right, and how people just want to go right down the middle and just cut right through the bullshit and freaking understand what the hell is going on here.
The county fairgrounds on their website recommends that it not be used from May through September because of the heat. In Phoenix, Dennis Welch, Arizona's Family.
Look.
Friggin' heat's gonna stop. And friggin' shit. People are ridiculous. Anyways, take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong, love you all, and just an update. And you know what? Hold on, let me go check out the deck. Alright, so only a couple of things for today. Time to put my pizza in. A devastating letter written by Arizona Senate President Trump. And he only said a couple of things today. A devastating letter written by Arizona Senate President Karen Fann on voting irregularities and probably fraud in Maricopa County during the 2020 presidential election, even the database was illegally deleted After the subpoena to produce the information, Senate President Fenn has invited Maricopa County officials to a public hearing on May 18th to allow them the opportunity to try to explain what happened to the missing databases, ballots, and other significant issues. The fake news and lamestream media is doing everything they can not to cover this major story. They just refuse to talk or report about it. They don't want the United States or world to see what's going on with our corrupt third world election. Read the full letter here. And actually, we're going to check that out in a second. Can't imagine Republican House members would go with Chip Roy. He has not done a great job and will probably be successfully primaried in his own district. I support Elise by far over Chip. So, let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, actually, here, I'm going to just do this in our video. Alright, yeah. Okay, this is the letter from Karen Fann, President, Arizona State Senate. And this is the information. And so, like those Patriot hackers I was talking about, I'm not, I can't discredit them, at all. It's just kind of, okay, and like that's the understanding, the white hats. So Maricopa Board of Supervisors, Chairman Jack Saylor, care of Jack Saylor's 301. Dear Chairman Saylors, I am writing to seek your assistance and cooperation in the resolution of 3 serious issues that have arisen in the course of the Senate's ongoing audit to returns of November 3rd, 2020, general election in Maricopa County. Ongoing non-compliance with legislative subpoenas. The first issue concerns Maricopa County's apparent intent to renege on its previous commitment to comply fully with the legislative subpoenas issued on January 13th, 2021, which, as you know, Judge Thompson found were valid and enforceable. To date, attorneys from Maricopa County have refused to produce virtual images of routers used in connection with the general election, relying on conclusory an unsupported assertion that providing the routers would somehow endanger the lives of law enforcement officers, their operations, or to protect the health, information, and personal data of Maricopa County citizens. If true, the fact that Maricopa County stores on its routers substantial quantities of citizens and employees' highly sensitive personal information is an alarming indictment of the county's lax data security practices rather than of the legislative subpoenas. Similarly, the county's assertion that producing the internet routers for inspection would cost up to $6 million seems at odds with Deputy County Attorney Joseph LaRue's prior representation to the audit liaison Ken Bennett that the routers already had been disconnected from the county's network and were prepared for the immediate delivery to the Senate. Nevertheless, in an effort to resolve the dispute regarding production of the routers, we purposed that agents of Cipher, an experienced digital forensics firm and subcontractor of Cyber Ninjas, review virtual images of the relevant routers in Maricopa County facilities and its presence of representatives of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Such an arrangement would permit Maricopa County to retain custody and monitor the review of router data, while ensuring the Senate may access the information it requires, into which it is continually entitled to successfully complete its audit. The Senate has no interest in viewing or taking possession of any information that is unrelated to the administration of the 2020 general election. Separately, Maricopa County has refused to provide the passwords necessary to access vote tabulation devices. Its attorney's insistence that the county does not have custody or control of this information is belied by the county's conduct of its own audits, which, if they were as comprehensive as they purported to be, almost certainly would have entailed use of the passwords to examine the tabulation devices. It strains credulity to posit that the county has no contractual right to obtain, i.e., control of password information from Dominion machines. And pardon me, this is this is legalese and stuff, Dominion voting machines. Wow, yeah. As the audit has progressed, the Senate's contractors have become aware of apparent omissions, inconsistencies, and anomalies relating to Maricopa County's handling, organization, and storage of ballots. We hope you can assist us in understanding these issues, including specifically the following. The county has not provided any chain of custody documentation for the ballots. Does such documentation exist? And if so, will it be produced? The bags in which the ballots were stored in are not sealed, although the audit team has found at the bottom of many boxes cut seals of the type that would have been sealed that would have sealed a ballot bag. Why were these seals placed on the bottom of the boxes? Batches within a box are frequently separated by only a divider without any indication of the corresponding batch numbers. In some cases, the batch dividers are missing altogether. This lack of organization has significantly complicated and delayed the audit team ballot processing efforts. What are the county's procedures for sorting, organizing, and packaging ballot boxes? And so this is like attention to detail. All these things, this is called building a case. Because this is like, okay, these are the things that have been found. This is discovery right here. This is discovery. That's what's actually happening right now is discovery of evidence. Most of the ballot boxes were sealed merely with a regular tape and not secured by any of the tamper evidence seal. Is that the county's customary practice for storing ballots? The audit team has encountered a significant number of instances in which there is a disparity between the actual number of ballots contained in a batch and a total denoted on the pink report slip accompanying the batch. In most of these instances, the total on the total on the pink report slip is greater than the number of ballots in each batch, although there are a few instances in which the total is lower. What are the reasons for these discrepancies? For your reference, please see several illustrative, non-comprehensive examples in the table below. Palette 5, election votes, I guess. 2104, pink slip total 200, actual total 200. Discrepancy. And there's those are just a few. It's not comprehensive. For your convenience, images of corresponding pink report slips are attached to Exhibit A. Detached, deleted databases. Pardon me a second. Finishing my pizza. We have recently discovered that the entire database directory from the D drive of the machine, EMS primary, has been deleted. This removes election-related details that appear to have been covered by the subpoena. In addition, the main database for the election management system, EMS, software, results, tally, and reporting is not located anywhere on the EMS primary machine, even though all the EMS clients reference that machine as the location of the database. This suggests that the main database for all election-related data for the November 2020 general election has been removed. Can you please advise as to why these folders were deleted? and whether there are any backups that may contain the deleted folders. The image below shows the location of the files known to be deleted. In addition, the main database for results tally and reporting is not present. So that's, the information that we're seeing here. That's the document that we've been seeing. And so, there's some, and this is like, how some of these leaks go about. I am hopeful that we can constructively resolve these issues and questions without recourse to additional subpoenas or other compulsory process. To that end, I invite you and any other officers and employees of Maricopa County to include officials in the election department who possess knowledge of or information concerning the matters set forth above to a meeting at the Arizona State Capitol on Tuesday, May 18, 2021 at 1 p.m. in hearing room 109. Chairman Peterson, former Secretary Bennett, and I will attend the meeting, which will be live streamed to the public. Please let me know at your earliest convenience whether you accept my invitation. If so, which Maricopa County personnel will attend. Thank you for your cooperation on these important issues of public concern. Respectfully, Karen Fenn, President, Arizona State Senate. So yeah, that's a lot of information right there, and so just what we've seen on the news, that just showed you, and well, I'm just gonna friggin' marry these all up, just make a long video and stuff. So I apologize that this has been a long video, but just trying to be comprehensive, and I'm not trying to. I mean, this is facts. I'm not. I'm paying attention to the audit, and this is news in regarding the audit. So, total affidavits, 200 affidavits signed, early voting report. And, let me actually make certain I give you the link to this too. And, so I'm going to, put in a couple links here. So, take care, be safe, be kind, stay strong. Love you all. And, hey, we're not all that crazy. Some of us just take a little bit to come around. Peace.